All right. How many of you are going to 5th grade? All right, listen up, listen up. So that means we're going to go to 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. We're going to go through all that, right? So we kind of have to set goals that are going to get us there, right? And I'm going to tell you all a few things and how you all can get there. Because like me and Mr. Spreer, we had to set goals to get to where we are. The people who designed your education, who designed everything that you all learned, they had to set goals, or what they call objectives. You know, they have to use their fancy terms. But they're goals for you guys so that we all can move forward and learn something, all right? So, what are you required to do in life as a 4th grader? How many of you pay bills?
No.
No, you don't pay bills? How many of you drive a car?
I drive a Hot Wheels.
You got Hot Wheels? All right, listen up, listen up, listen up. So if we're not paying bills and we're not doing things like adults do, what is our job as a 4th grader?
Going to school.
Going to school.
Listening.
Listening. Being respectful. Ooh, that's one thing we're going to talk about today. Growing up.
Responsible. Getting a job.
Responsible, that's another thing we're going to talk about.
Respectful. Setting goals.
Excellent.
What if you go to college?
All right, listen up, listen up. How many of you can give me a definition for accountable? Just raise your hand, don't say anything. All right. What about being respectful? How many can give me a definition for that without saying anything? What about setting goals? How many of you know what it means to set goals? Excellent. And what about being responsible? How many of you know how to be responsible? Excellent. So you are responsible for that. Why? Because it's yours. All right. Can you hit the next slide for me? Excellent. So I'm going to read a few definitions to you all, just in case any of us may be confused, okay? So respect, it's going to be a positive action or feeling towards somebody who you consider important or held to a higher esteem or regard. I think you guys are important, so that's why I say sir or ma'am to you, all right? I think Mr. Todd, Mr. Spreer is important because he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. I think my parents are important, so I'm going to be respectful to them, right? So we're going to talk about a few things and a few people and where should we put our respect and things like that. Responsibility, to have an obligation to do something or have control over. Like she said, she has control over her cup, right? And that's as a part of our role or our job. So everybody, show me your pencil.
Pen.
Or your pen. You all are responsible for that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
All right, put your pencils and pens back down because we're going to write some things down here in a little bit. Accountability. It's going to be an obligation or willingness to accept your responsibilities to account for one's actions. So how many of you, let's say, have said something positive to one of your friends? Excellent. So you take ownership for that. You know what that means? That means you're going to be a good person. They're going to think highly of you, and it's going to be a building to your character. So a lot of things we talk about is not necessarily going to be good for other people, but it's going to be good for ourselves and what people think about us. How many of you have ever been on vacation or just out and somebody said, "You're a nice young man," or "You're a nice young lady"? Girl Scouting? That's your character. That's what people think of you. And as long as you respect others and you're accountable for your actions and what you say, even if it's wrong, maybe you have to apologize for something you said. At least you show accountability, and that's still good character. So you're still being a great person. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? What's your question?
It's not a question, but it's a comment.
What's your comment?
To this, so we were on a choir tour, and we performed at Meadowlark Hills, and this old man was like, "I was so blinded by you because of your pretty face."
See?
That's nice.
So he thinks that you look pretty, so that's an appearance, so that's your character. That all builds into who you are. And so we want to build a few things that not only on the outside, but on the inside as well. Then we have goal setting at the bottom. So we all know what that is. any of your ideas as a person, your ambition or effort to aim towards a goal or whatever you desire, your interest, your hobby, or whatever that is in life. How many of you have a hobby?
Drawing.
All right. You, sir, what is your hobby?
Drawing.
Drawing? Excellent. What's your hobby?
I like playing basketball.
Basketball? Excellent. I used to be an athlete myself. What about your hobby?
Video games.
Video games? That's becoming really popular, isn't it? And it was when me and Mr. Spear were young too, right?
What?
What about yours?
Soccer and
My little sister plays soccer. Our friend in the back, she plays soccer too. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
All right. Can you hit the next one for me? All right. So again, remember I talked about respect. We're going to talk about who to respect. And I want to tell you guys, you should respect yourself. No matter what happens in life, even if you make a bad decision or you get in trouble, make sure you still give yourself positive feelings. Make sure you're telling yourself that you're doing well. I want you all to say, I am.
I am.
Then I want you to say, I will be.
I will be.
Again, I am.
I am.
So I will be.
So I will be.
All right, and that's what I want you all to tell yourself, because we have to set goals, right? But we have to respect ourselves if we want to get there, so we have to be positive. How many of us kind of feel tired sometimes? How many of us may struggle with a math problem? Does it help when we're negative and we don't do things to work towards getting past it?
No.
No, so what do we have to do?
We have to be positive. We have to
We have to keep working hard. We have to tell ourselves we're doing a good job. We have to tell ourselves keep up the good work and all those things, right? Exactly. So what about our parents? We have to respect our parents. Why? Because they're important to us. Remember those things that I talked about? One being important people in our lives, right? Yes, ma'am.
I once used my birthday money for Mother's Day and I paid the bill for my mom.
That is awesome. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of respect for your mom. I'm happy for you. Our teachers, we have to respect Mr. Spear, right? We have to respect everybody else who works here, right? Because without them, you couldn't get an education. Mr. Spear, did somebody make you become a teacher?
No, sir.
So you chose this on your own,
I
right?
was inspired to become one.
So without people like Mr. Spear who want to do this just because they have a passion for working with students, where would we be? So we have to respect them and encourage them in order for them to keep doing their job and make sure they're happy to be here, right? So I want you all to go on and continue this year and remember over the summertime and coming into next year as a 5th grader that we have to respect our new teachers even if we don't know them, right? You have to respect everybody. Exactly. That's what the and more is for. How many of you have friends? Are you all friends in here?
No.
No. Oh, yes. I hope you guys are friends. We have to work together. I want you all to work on being friends. I want you all to work on working with each other because we have to build a community, right? We have to be successful in life. I want you guys to say, I am.
I am.
So I will be.
So I will be.
Excellent. I want you guys to keep telling yourself that today and remember that over the summer so when you're moving forward, when you want to go play soccer or sing in that choir rehearsal.
Kickball.
What'd you say?
Kickball.
Take both. How many of you do 2 sports? Or have 2 hobbies? Or 3 hobbies?
I like photography.
Excellent. It doesn't matter what you're interested in, just make sure you do your best. Make sure you don't sell yourself short. If you tell yourself you want to play soccer, make sure you practice hard. Make sure you get up and go to practice and don't make excuses for yourself, right? That's being responsible for our actions. Isn't that one of the things we talked about today?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry?
We're family.
We're a family. I like that.
We're here more times a week than we are with our families.
That is true. So that's why we have to respect each other so we have a positive, healthy, and happy environment.
They're like our own brothers and sisters.
I like to hear that. Can I have, so we have the and more. And that's when we need to respect everybody, right? Our strangers we run into, no matter where it is or where we are, we have to respect everybody. So be respectful, like I said, it is a reflection of your character. Remember when those people said nice things about you? It's because you were probably respectful or did something nice to them. Can you hit the next one for me? All right, what does it mean to be responsible and accountable? We talked about that today, didn't we? No? Are you sure? Can somebody tell me what it means to be responsible? Yes. Yes.
Being responsible is making sure your actions are right, making sure you make the right decision, and making sure you say nice things to other people.
Excellent. So how many of us have to take showers? We have to get dressed in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So that means we're being responsible. We have to get up in the morning, get ourselves dressed, take showers, brush our teeth, and do all those things. That's being responsible for yourself, your actions, that's making positive decisions. And then again, to your friends, your family, myself, Mr. Spreer, when we talk about respect, make sure you're saying good things to people. And make sure you're being accountable, even if you say something wrong. Maybe you have to apologize, or maybe it's something you didn't mean to say. But as long as you make sure you correct it with that person, that's being accountable for your actions. So those things that you say to other people, you know, didn't we say we're a family? I can't hear you. What do you mean? Are we a family? All right, so what do we need to do? We need to respect each other, right? All right. You want to hit the next one for me? Let's see what's next on here. Oh, one more time. Oh, there it goes. All right. Remember I talked about goal setting, right? How many of you want to play soccer in middle school? How many of you want to play any sports in middle school? How many of you want to be a part of a club or sing or play an instrument? Good, I see a lot of hands. So just like the professionals, the superstars that we see on TV, they had to set goals to get where they are, right? So it doesn't matter how big or small they are, we need to make sure we set goals because we need to make sure that we move forward, right? Isn't that one thing we talked about, moving forward? Can I have everybody's attention, please? Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right, so big goals and small goals. On your sheet, somebody tell me what the front says.
What is the front? Smart.
Let's go with this side for being the front.
It says
Attainable. All right, so I'm going to tell you all what these things mean. Listen up, so I can tell you, so make sure you don't miss anything. So we're going to talk about being specific. When we set a goal, we have to be specific, right? So if I want to go to college when I graduate high school, I am going to have to set goals. So my goal is going to be, I want to go to college. Then we're going to set smaller goals to get there, like maybe doing some research, maybe finding out what we like about the school or something like that. So we have to set goals and think about that in order to move forward. That's going to get us one step closer to our overarching goal or whatever it is that we desire to do. And what is our purpose? We want to be happy in life, right? I can't hear you. Want to be happy in life, right? All right. How many of you all are having a good day? Excellent. I see a lot of hands. That's what I like to hear. Mr. Spreer, you having a good day?
Always.
I'm definitely having a good day. So SMART goals, you see it down here. We need to make sure our goals are in order too. Because if we want to play an instrument, we need to make sure that we are rehearsing our music and things like that. That's prioritizing our goals. Hanging out with our friends or playing video games when we should be rehearsing is not prioritizing. What do you guys think? Is that going to help us? That's not responsible. I agree. How many of you have to practice your sport? How many of you have to practice reading music? Like it, hands. Tell me what some of you all do when you practice. You said.
Well, just play songs and
Play them over and over again, right? So that is something that's going to be relevant. You can write that in the relevant spot. playing something over and over again, using something as practice. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, practice it.
You have to practice dribbling extra hoops. So there's many different things in basketball that you can do, right? Or any kind of sport that to get to your goal. Yes, ma'am. You're gonna say that too? Yes, ma'am.
You have to practice the same keys on the keyboard or something over and over. So if you have to play like a song at a concert for your school or something, or a talent show, you know the exact keys.
Exactly, because you don't want to mess up, right? There's a lot of people watching, right?
Yeah.
In the back with the pink water bottle. Yes, ma'am.
You have to make yourself do like practice, because sometimes when I practice, it's hard for me to actually do it, but I have something else I really want to do.
Definitely. One more.
I have to practice angles and different perspectives.
Definitely. So photography is something that we all use. How many of you have seen people take pictures with their phones? People do it all the time, right? I have a camera that I use to make sure you all don't miss any of this information. I want to make sure you guys have a great day. I want to make sure you guys know what it means to set goals. What did we say earlier? I am. So I will be. One more time. I am. So.
I will be.
All right. So we have to set goals if we want to get there, right? That's important to our growth and success. How many of us want to be adults? How many of us want to stay kids for the rest of our life?
Yes. Because you're more energetic.
You're more energetic. That is definitely true. I wish I had the energy you guys have, because it could definitely be useful. What do you think? Really? All right, listen up. Listen up, listen up, listen up. I want you guys to take this sheet of paper. I don't want you to do anything with it right now. I want you to take it over this next. How much school is left? You guys got
11 days. 2 weeks.
2 weeks? All right. I want you to go home. I want you to go over these questions. I want you to think about them. I want you to ask Mr. Spreer if you have any questions while I'm gone. And I would love to hear what you all have to say. I would love to see what kind of goals you all are setting. And maybe I can help other 4th graders get to your same goals. How does that sound? Good?
Are you going to leave?
Not yet. Not yet. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to make sure you guys know what to do with these pieces of paper. Is everybody clear?
Yes.
I can't hear everybody. Is everybody clear?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Does anybody have any questions on what to do with this paper? Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna ask, like, does it have to be like at school, or can it be anywhere?
It can be anywhere. That's another important thing about goals. It can be about anything that you prefer, as long as it makes sense to you, as long as it's something that you like. You don't want to make a goal for your friend and you start doing it. That doesn't sound good, does it? No. Do you like soccer as much as she likes soccer?
No.
No, so that means we have to set our goals specific to ourselves, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Can you hit the next one for me? All right. I've got, how much time left? I've got about 10, 15 minutes or so. So, my goal today, I had a goal today. I'm going to tell you what it was. And I hope you guys are going to tell me if that came true or not. What happened back there? You leaning back in the seat? What you did? Was that very responsible? All right, listen up, listen up, listen up. All right, so my goal today was to inspire you all to believe in yourself in becoming the best student, the best friend, the best son, the best daughter that you can be. How many of you all learned something today? All right, let me get 5 people that I'm going to call on to tell me what they learned. Yes, ma'am. Excellent.
I learned that we were doing like race cars and stuff. But and we did this thing that all of our class knows called fail too. Like counting.
Fail means first try. Fail means second try.
And so, me and James's group, like, did the race cars, and we had to, like, take parts out and put parts in to make it a
So you guys work together? You have teamwork? Do you think you have to respect the people that you work with? Do you think that's gonna make you guys get to your goal? Make you guys complete your task? Let me get a couple more, all the way in the back.
I learned that you need to be who you want to be, not what other people.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Let's listen up, guys.
I learned that you need to be who you want to be, not what other people want you to be.
Excellent. That's being specific in your goals and who you want to be. Make sure you guys are setting goals that are specific to you, things that you like in your life, things that you want to put your passion, your energy, and all your effort into. Because time is important, right? I want you all to know time is important. Let's say time is important. Why do we set goals? I am. So. I am. So. How many of us are going to set goals this week? I should see everybody's hand. Put them down. How many of us are going to set goals this week? All right, we're almost there. One more time. One more time. Let's give it one more time. How many of us are going to set goals this week? I need your hand. We got to be a family. We got to be a family. We got everybody's hand? All right. So, listen up. So through my inspiring you all to believe in yourself, to be the best possible person you can be, I want it to be through respect. Say respect.
Respect.
Say yourself.
Yourself.
Respect.
Respect.
Yourself.
Yourself.
All right. Be responsible.
Be responsible.
Be responsible.
Be responsible.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Be responsible.
Be responsible.
For yourself.
For yourself.
You have to be responsible here. You have to be responsible at home with Mr. Spear and all the other teachers. Even out in the community when you're out with your friends and hanging out. We have to be responsible. We have to make good choices, right? How many of us are going to make good choices this weekend? Everybody. Everybody should make good choices, right? I'm definitely going to make good choices. There's going to be a lot going on. There's a lot of graduation going on at K-State. Oh, man.
My mom's friend is graduating.
Is it? Is she? So, the people who are graduating, like the person in the back, can you raise your hand? And her name is Caroline. So she's graduating and she had to set goals in order to get to her graduation. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
So she is a photography major. How many of you like taking pictures?
She wants to be one.
She wants to be. Yeah.
Name 2 things that you think somebody who graduates from college has to do. What kind of goals do they have to set? Let's see here. Who haven't I called on? You, sir, all the way in the back. Yes, sir.
To get a job to pay bills.
That is going to be something that comes after. You're going to have to do it while you're going to school. So yeah, you're going to have to plan for your money, plan what kind of job you're going to have to pay your bills because we have to eat, right?
Yes.
We have to have somewhere to live, right?
Yes.
We need water, right?
Yeah.
So we do have to pay bills. So that's one thing that somebody has to do when going to school. Let's see. You, sir. You do. A lot of people think that there is an on time. On time is going to be what's specific to you. So don't think that there's going to be a specific time that you have to get it done, okay? All right. So those goals that we talked about, being specific, make sure they're relevant. It all has to be relevant to you. I want it to be specific to you. So don't think that you have to make sure that you're as good as the next person. Be as good as you want to be. Make sure you have those goals for yourself. You can look at somebody and kind of mimic their their actions or maybe find some wisdom. And I hope you guys learned something from me and that you can use it and put it in yourself so that you can be successful. What do you guys think? Give me a head nod if you think that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I like the head nods. So, after that, I want to thank you all for allowing me to come and interrupt your day at the end of the day. Did you all have a good day outside?
No, not yet.
Not yet? You guys didn't go outside yet?
Look at the calendar thing. It says
Let's read that.
You're
You're
the
the assembly.
Yeah, you're the assembly. You just forgot to erase the thing.
We wanted to have our best self for you.
Well, I hope you guys get to go outside for a few minutes after I leave.
We went outside for lunch recess.
Oh, awesome. So, we need to make sure we take care of ourselves so we can get to our best goals, right?
Yeah.
All right, I will take 3 questions. You, sir, in the back.
I also learned that you can't please the whole world.
That is true. And that's why I'm here to you guys today, because I can't change the whole world, but I can work on who's here, who's in front of me, who's here in Manhattan, right? Yes, ma'am.
It's about the respect thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I learned that respect is like the loops in the car. If you don't respect someone, the car is gonna do half of the loop and just fall down.
Yeah.
If you do respect someone, the car is gonna go the whole loop and
I like that. That's a good one. I like that. Yes, ma'am.
No, I don't have it.
You don't have one? All right, one more. Yes, ma'am.
I learned that you have to respect everyone if you don't want to or not.
Exactly. Even when we're having bad days or
Or someone's being mean to you.
somebody's being mean to you,
Respect
You should
them.
just because.
remember at the beginning when I talked about your character and what people think of you? When you respect others, it's for yourself. It's to make sure you feel good about yourself, make sure you make positive decisions, to make sure people say good things about you. Nobody wants people to say bad things about us, right? No, I don't. Exactly. Nobody wants our feelings hurt. I don't want my feelings hurt. Do you want your feelings hurt? No. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up today, guys. I want to thank you for having me here, and that is going to be it.